तो कहाँ थे हम लोग? Oh God! एक मिनट.
Christ, someone help me! God help, please help me! Assassin!
Shit, सब भूल गया मैं. Oh God! भाई इसके कंट्रोल्स क्या थे? और भाई
Kiss me again, sweet brother.
भाई
Jonathan, kill him. Revel in your true nature.
Oh.
Abomination!
What have you done? You've spared the precious nurse Crane, but not your own Mary. Rest in peace. You left me to rot in this grave.
भाई एक चीज बताना तो इसका खून कैसे पीते हैं?
Brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary.
ये क्या था
I swear it.
Then, at last, I can forgive you.
मरी नहीं है ये? क्या? अच्छा हम ही चले. अच्छा यहाँ तक मारने आ रहा। भाई मैं जिंदा हूँ। ट्रॉफी अर्नड, हेल मेरी। Ready, Seti. She was strong. Yeah, man.
Blood. As I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister, I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
इनविटेशन आई है भाई। क्वारंटाइन यहाँ पे भी है। ओके भाई एक्सपी अच्छा खासा सोना है मुझे। अरे ये क्या हुआ? इसे यूज कैसे करते हैं भाई? कैसी अजीब सी आवाज आ रही है। ई इंक्रीज योर हेल्थ, इंक्रीज योर स्टैमिना। ये क्या है? भाई किस चीज से करते हैं ये सब तो बताओ भाई। तो पता ही नहीं हमें। एक 1400% डैमेज, बाप रे। वैसे कोई ज़रूरत नहीं थी इसके लिए, चलो फिर भी ठीक है। क्लॉस का कोई फर्क तो पड़ता नहीं वैसे। भाई ये सब होता किससे तो समझ नहीं आ रहा। You concentrate to create 3 small blood spears which can hit all enemies facing you compared to the base ability range and individual damage is reduced। अच्छा समझ गया, लेकिन ये बचने के लिए कभी काम आ सकता है पता है भाई। 3,000 ले रहा है ये, बाप रे बाप। 300 ब्लड निकालेगा, काफी वो ले रहा है। 2,000 दो, अभी बहुत कम डैमेज इंक्रीज हो रहा है। ये करते हैं भाई। और हील कितना करते हैं ये भी थोड़ा कर लेते हैं ज़्यादा। यू ट्रेड द इंस्टेंट हेल्थ फॉर अ हेल्थ गेन फॉर अ ग्रेटर जनरेशन, मतलब what? For a greater regeneration, you trade more blood to heal yourself instantly and gain an additional boost on your health. I am तो ये ले रहे हैं भाई। अब बाहर जाके किसी को मार देंगे हम। पहले इन लोग को हील करूंगा फिर इन लोग को खा जाऊंगा। कंट्रोल भूल गया मैं। कंट्रोल देख सकते हैं इधर से, कंट्रोल दिखा दो भाई। हाँ वैम्पायर स्किल्स ठीक है। ऑफ हैंड अटैक, मेन अटैक, डॉज, अच्छा ठीक है। एम्ब्रेस इससे होता है। R3 से लॉक टारगेट। ओ भाई और वो किसे करते हैं? अरे उन लोग को जैसे वो स्टन कर देते हैं ना। नो ब्रो, अभी 13 ही मिनट में। भाई यहाँ कोई एक नशेड़ी रहता था ना, वो देख क्यों नहीं रहा यार? हिंदुस्तानी इसको नहीं मारेंगे। इन लोगों को नहीं खा सकते। लॉस ऑफ ब्लड क्वालिटी। हाँ तो गधा लग रहा है भाई, कुछ नहीं है उसके अंदर तो। इसकी अच्छी खासी है, इसकी 6,000 है। हाँ यहाँ देखते हैं, इन लोग का देखते हैं। थ्री थ्री 5 इसका है। इसकी तो निमोनिया है इसको। निमोनिया कैसे करेंगे? ये कि 3,000 है, लेकिन इन लोग का लेवल भी बहुत हाई है। इसका सही है। डिटेल्स हेल्दी है, ये मिलेगा कहाँ? मिलेंगे किधर यार? बाहर जाना पड़ेगा। रुको वो जाता हूँ मैं बाहर। किसी को एम्ब्रेस करता हूँ। अच्छा अच्छा तो बहुत ज़्यादा ही ब्लड नहीं है, काफ़ी ज़्यादा ब्लड ले रहे हैं। अरे बाप रे, गजब भाई। काफ़ी ज़्यादा ब्लड ले रहे हैं ये लोग।
It's a leech! Kill it! Boys, we've got one of them! Die, vermin!
अगर पिस्तौल से कैसे मारे यार? पिस्तौल से नहीं मर सकता। पिस्तौल से मारना चाहें अगर हम, तो पिस्तौल से मारेगा ही हैं। ये ले क्यों नहीं रहा? इक्विप क्यों नहीं कर रहा है? इक्विप क्यों नहीं कर रहा है ये? डैमेज तो हपक के देता है बट गर्दन में मार दिया भाई। अगर हमें चेंज करना है तो चेंज कैसे करें भाई? अब अचानक से चेंज होने लगा। ये क्यों नहीं चेंज हो रहा है? रिमार्केबल पिस्टल पेरेबेलियम, क्या नहीं पैराबेलम। अच्छा हमें लगा, और हमें लगा एलिमेंट का नाम कहाँ से आ गया? पैराबेलम। भाई साइबर पंक कहाँ खेलेंगे यार? नया आया वो। क्या गूगल आंटी से क्या पूछना है? नहीं यार, क्या पूछे हम? हमें अपग्रेड करना ही नहीं है यार, गजब है। अरे यार, अभी तुम क्या कर रहे हो? अरे हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि ये जो अपना ये वाला वेपन है ना, गोली से चेंज करते हैं इसको। ये गोली कैसे ले यार, नहीं समझ आ रहा मुझे। गोली कैसे ले? यहाँ कोई बंदा भी नहीं दिख रहा। जिसको हम लोग खा पी सकें। यहाँ कोई मिलेगा भी नहीं है ना। बेकार जगह है। कहाँ आ गया मैं? यहाँ के बुढ़े अंकल भी खड़े थे। क्या फायदा यहाँ आने का? ओह, डेरे। ऑफ नो यूज। कुछ नहीं है यार, इधर कुछ भी नहीं है। चूहे पड़े हैं बस।
I have this thirst for blood.
निकलो भाई बाहर। अरे यार, किनका खून? भाई बुढ़े हो जाएंगे यार, ये होने का सीन। ब्रो, हमें किसी का मुझे दो इंसान, लेकिन वो सिटीजन नहीं थे ना, उनका सिर्फ मतलब जैसे वैसे बढ़ता इन कॉम्बैट, खून बढ़ता, एक्सपी नहीं बढ़ता मेरा उनसे।
Crush the... Yeah! I'll kill it!
I'd rather ignore them. यार यहाँ कोई बंद ये कौन है? ये क्या कर रहा था? मरे नहीं तुम? अब मरे जाओगे। किताबें दी हैं, किताबें। कोई बंदे नहीं है क्या यार? अरे 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 हमें चाहिए यार, कोई इंसान ही नहीं दिख रहा है यहाँ पे अब हैं? अरे कुछ हो रहा है। ओ भाई, ओ भाई। ओ भाई ये क्या है भाई? जबर, वाह भाई। ओ भाई ये क्या है? अब तो वाइट चैपल स्ट्रीट पे कोई दिखता ही नहीं है, हैं? ओह, ये तो बंद पूरा। ये क्या है? इसकी भी चूहे जैसी आवाज थी। क्रीकिंग साउंड। कोई फायदा नहीं है यार यहाँ घूमने से। हटाओ यार यहाँ से, जाओ। कैसी आवाज है इनकी? आ रहे हैं क्या? नहीं। सारे इंसानों को क्या हो गया? मर गए क्या सब? गजब लोग हैं यार। वाह, ओ ये एक शॉट में मर गए दोनों। ओ भाई, बड़े वीक थे। ये भी गया। ये भी गया। बुक छोड़ी इसने कोई। निकल लेते हैं इधर से। मैंशन है आजपुरी के पास यार, अजीब बात है। सिगरेट सिगरेट सिगरेट। अगर हमें क्योर बनाना है तो क्या करें? अगर हमें क्योर बनाना है तो हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? अरे यार बहुत शोर हो रहा है। अब ठीक है। कहाँ जा अबे यहाँ क्या हुआ? अच्छा कौन पड़ा?
It's locked.
अनीमिया है क्राफ्ट करो यार बस इतना ही हो गया अब क्योर करेंगे और मारेंगे हुई 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 पिप्पा हॉकिंस सबको दे दे के मार डालूंगा ये तो पागल है नहीं पागल नहीं थी और कोई बड़ा कौन उन्होंने डॉक्टर साहब उनसे
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Other people may say that's too conservative a point of view.
Conservative? And what are you going to say to Mr. Fiddick if he loses his arm because of the operation? Because that's what's going to happen if the surgery is a failure.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it
फिर से कर
money,
सकते हैं क्या
fame,
मतलब
or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion
Bye,
technique
bus,
saved
bus.
You see? That is exactly
bus,
what I
bus,
hate about
bus.
people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity
कोई रोता रहता है
between
पीछे.
professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Do you need my assistance?
Not at all. I'm sure that you are used to gaining people's trust with your impressive skills. Well, it will not be the case with me.
थोड़ा तेज आदमी नहीं कर सकते.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
मैं कितना क्या किस बात का एटीट्यूड है भाई हैं किस बात का किसी न किसी को तो मेस्मराइज करूंगा मैं मैं इसकी मम्मी को नहीं मारूंगा, इतने बुरे भी नहीं भाई, ऐसे लोगों को मारेंगे। I'll kill them. इसको मेरी वो चाहिए हैं?
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
भाई हमको अभी उससे मिल रहा है। I really need to get insurance.
Do you need medical attention? Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company, even if the quiet can be appreciated.
बकवास मत
Don't
करो,
take too
जल्दी
many
लो।
risks with your health, Mr. Chidana. None of us are immune to this disease.
And that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Reed.
Please
क्या
show me
करें,
what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
नहीं, इनका सर बहुत दर्द हो रहा है। लो बेटा।
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Bro,
Do you need my medical attention, dear colleague?
you do need my medical
If
attention.
anyone other than you had asked that question, Dr. Reed,
डिस्प्लिन दो यार इसे।
help is welcomed.
आई
I will see you later. Goodbye,
गुड बाय
Dr.
भाई, गुड
Strickland.
बाय। डॉक्टर को नहीं मार सकते, लेकिन पता है क्यों? क्योंकि भाई ये लोग सही कर रहे हैं पेशेंट को। इसको सही कर सकता हूँ मैं थोड़ा।
Reads me like a...
Good evening, Mr.
सिर्फ
Fick.
इसका मैंने
Good
किया
evening,
था।
Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
बहुत।
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Unfortunately, you
कैसे
are
रोग
the
लोग हैं
only
यार?
person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reed. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
पता है हमने एक टाइटल पढ़ा था किसी वीडियो का, 9 reasons why being merciful in vampire sucks. लेकिन हील करने में अच्छा लग रहा है मुझे। But we do need to keep the fact in mind that I'm doing this just for the sake of XP. आके भी तो खा ही जाएंगे इन लोग को। और ये क्या है? पिप्पा को भी तो चाहिए कुछ। ऐसा क्यों? नहीं मतलब हम ऐसे पूछ रहे हैं तुमसे, ऐसा क्यों, ऐसा पर्सपेक्टिव क्यों है तुम्हारा?
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
पापा लो।
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good
अच्छा
evening,
सॉरी,
Dr. Reed.
कोई और है? नहीं, पापा हॉकिंस ही है।
Do you need medical help yourself?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reed.
मच्छर।
Not under my watch, nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you,
नॉट
Dr. Reed.
अंडर माई वॉच थोड़ा सा अजीब लगा मुझे, लेकिन 3-3
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
ये थोड़ी मतलब पोलाइट थी, तो आई विल नॉट डू एनीथिंग।
It's safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
हाँ वो भी है बट देखते हैं। लेकिन हमने ये तो नहीं कहा था ना कि हम सबको मार देंगे, लेकिन आप कह रहे हैं। लेकिन छोड़ो, और कोई बंदा है इधर? यार एक दूसरी जगह भी तो गए थे हम। इनको भी दे देते हैं कुछ।
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
McGonagall.
Do you require medical assistance, Nurse?
I will be fine. As soon as I can get some sleep.
ओ भाई ये तो बहुत खतरनाक वाले हैं। लड़
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reed. Thank you.
What would happen if I just consume you? अरे भाई बुढ़ी तो बहुत तेज है। गजब।
Do you require medical assistance, Nurse?
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine.
क्या करें? सही हो गई तुम इतनी देर में है?
Call me if you need assistance.
बुढ़ापे का कोई मतलब साइन है ही नहीं। तुझको तो साले नशेड़ी।
Hey, Doc. You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay. How can I get better in such a dump?
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
इसने वैसे पता लगा लिया है, लेकिन कोई बात नहीं।
I'll leave you for now.
पता लगा लिया है तो इस जीनियस वाले काम को हम तुम्हें एक तरीके से रिवॉर्ड दे रहे हैं, एकदम मार नहीं रहे। अरे अरे ओ थैचर साहब, आप भी।
Good evening, sir.
आप भी?
I'm Dr.
Excuse me,
Johnson Reed
आप
of the
भी
Pembroke Hospital.
सिगरेट पी रहे
May I
हैं?
be of assistance?
Dr. Reed.
क्या सामने सामने बात नहीं कर
So
पाते
it's
थे?
you who saved my friend Oswald. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
And you are?
Newton Blight. Oswald and I recently returned from the war.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Afraid so. In the war, I was
अच्छा
always
आदमी
worried
सुनने
about
वाले,
picking up something,
polite।
getting some infection.
जितने भी impolite हैं उनको मारूंगा मैं, जैसे वो डॉक्टर।
Got that fear in London now.
Throughout history, some diseases have done more damage to armies than any weapon created by man. You are wise to be careful.
You're working at the Pembroke Hospital, aren't you? That's a good enough reason for me and Oswald to go there.
Are you concerned about the living conditions in the city?
Of course I am. I'll be stuck here for as long as Oswald refuses to go to hospital. And, unfortunately, it seems the violence is rising.
What kind of violence?
I believe people have armed themselves and started to attack those that show signs of contagion.
Why do you stay here now that Mr. Thatcher's back?
It's complicated. Since the war, Oswald's been really nervous with the idea of entering any hospital. And me, I've got my own issues.
Can you speak about them?
Rats, sir. Even seeing one, they turn me. Just want to run. It's that fear that stopped me from going after Oswald when he left.
What can you tell me about the war, Mr. Blight? If you want to speak about it, of course.
War was... well, you know, sir. The stench of death everywhere. Your mates lying bleeding in the mud. Just praying to make it through and get home. Bloody nightmare.
क्या लिखा है? You are merciful. और क्या लिखा है? And you are just too. कह सकते हो हाँ.
Did you know Oswald Thatcher before the war?
No. We met in the battlefield. think we're in the same boat to France. We've stuck together ever since.
I fought in France, too. I served as a field surgeon, but it was not uncommon to repel an assault, especially at night.
Yeah. The first time I was wounded, I had to protect the infirmary from hostiles. Twice.
You are always welcome at the Pembroke Hospital. As a former officer, I'll be honored to welcome a fellow veteran.
I'm not giving up on bringing Oswald back to the hospital. I just need to convince him that he needs some help.
Perhaps he needs to reach that decision by himself.
Could you speak to him? He doesn't usually listen to doctors, but perhaps because you've been through it, you can talk him round.
What caused your phobia of rats, Newton?
It happened last year following an artillery attack. I was trapped for 2 days in a hole under 2 dead soldiers. And there were rats.
Go on.
It started eating me as soon as I dozed. Gnawing at my ears, my fingers, lips. I couldn't move. Couldn't call for help.
I see.
No, you don't. You have no idea what it is to wake up buried under bodies. Fucking vermin eating your flesh. Oswald. He found me and saved me.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
Don't know about it. पहुंचे नहीं पहुंचे पहुंच गए यार यहाँ जाते हैं कोई कहाँ भी जगह नहीं है यार पहले का इंटरैक्टिव रूम अगर हम आगे जाए यहाँ से तो
There's one of them! Watch yourselves! He's dead!
अरे साले जो मिले उठाओ जो मिले उठा लो इन्हें को क्योर कर करके खाऊंगा मैं everyone आई बड़ा बड़ा क्या चिल्ला है बड़ा अरे वो देख बड़ा अरे बाप से है बाप से कर रहा है क्राफ्ट नहीं कर सकते क्या कुछ? स्कैल पता है बात ये है ना इसमें अच्छी कि कोई भी तुम ले लो, क्या कहते हैं, किसी का भी खून पी लो, चाहे लो लेवल स्कैल हो या कोई हाई लेवल का कुछ भी, ब्लड उतना ही लेता है। चाहे उसकी हेल्थ कितनी भी हो, कुछ भी हो, उतना ही ब्लड लेगा। अरे यहाँ के बंदे कहाँ गए भाई? अजीब बात नहीं है, यहाँ पे कोई मिला था ना बंदा हमें। ओ भाई ये मरा हुआ है। यहाँ एक बंदा मिला था जो अपने बेटे को मारने जा रहा था ना गोली। ये है तो।
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
Maybe he confused you with someone else.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Don't be.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Have conditions improved in Whitechapel?
I'm ready for whatever's coming.
Goodbye, young man.
कहाँ जा रहा है भाई? इसका खून चूस ले। नहीं जाने दो, बच्चा है। रूट था लेकिन कोई बात नहीं। ए चूहे।
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yes, you need to.
This is despicable.
Despicable me. Somebody, anybody. Benjamin, bhai saab.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I will see you later. What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
How are conditions in Whitechapel these days?
I hear gunshots every night. It's just like the war in the trenches, Doctor. I can't stand it.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
As long as you have the money.
तो आज से इतना ही रखते हैं यार, ठीक है? अब कल करेंगे स्ट्रीम, जो भी करना रहेगा, ठीक है? आज काफी लोगों को हिल किया यार। ठीक है फिर चलते हैं।